Oh, where's the recipe? Oh, right here.
Right there. Right, so we're gonna wanna do the onion, the garlic, and the ginger first.
What do you like cutting least? What do you want me to do?
That's a good question. The red onion, I maybe should have done ahead of time because it'll make your eyes tear.
No,
I do have waterproof mascara, but maybe not a good idea.
Then I'll do the onion. I'll do. Hello, welcome to Cooking with Mike. Today I have Lindsey Seeskin with me, and we are making the West African peanut stew. So, Lindsey, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. So what about this dish? This is an intriguing dish. This has a very unique flavor. Do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Sure. So within my family, we cook a lot of soups, stews, etc. And I'm always experimenting, trying to find something that's a little bit unique. And this one definitely is unique. There are ingredients in here that are familiar to everybody. Plantains, sweet potatoes, carrots, collard greens. But the way that they cook together with tomatoes and with some very unique ingredients, a bean paste called dawa-dawa, as well as tamarind concentrate, just adds a very different flavor to the stew. And I find that when I want something that is both similar and different and just delicious, this does the trick.
This is very hearty.
It is.
But it's very unique. And I just want to second that it's a very unique flavor. And that's why you'll see later you can't really go with it. Like, I can't think of anything else that like this tastes similar to, right?
Right. It has a bit of a sour tinge to it, but not in a bad way. And because of that, it's just in its own world. Now, there are a lot of West African peanut stews, and many of the recipes, if you take a look at the ingredients, they're all very similar. And if you're a little concerned that you don't want something that is something so sour, then there are spice blends that you can use and make yourself that are not quite as pungent as this. But I happen to like experimenting. I love being able to cook from around the world. And so for me, just with a palate that says, sure, I'll try something new, that's originally how I stumbled on this, and it's a big hit in the family. May not be for everybody, but at least my family really likes it.
No, it's unique, but it is really good if you like the hearty vegetables. So it was on garlic, onion,
and ginger, exactly. And so you cook that first. And then, like most stews, you then add tomato paste followed by crushed tomatoes and habanero in this one. And the one habanero in here, it's not that spicy. I love spice, but I didn't want to burn your tongue. And so I kept it to one. If you are a huge fan of spice, I would absolutely add at least 1 or 2 more habanero peppers. You could also use Scotch bonnet. That works too, depending on what your store has in stock. And that really cooks, and then that's where you start adding in those hearty vegetables, the plantains and the sweet potatoes and the carrots. And then you add veggie stock so that there's at least some level of broth. Mm-hmm. Then once that's cooked, then you start adding in peanut butter, because it is a peanut stew after all. The peanuts have to come from somewhere.
Yep.
When you're doing the peanut butter, make sure you are doing creamy peanut butter, because chunky is just texturally not going to work well.
Yeah.
And so you add that in, and it just thickens up really well. Then you add in your definitely unique flavor profile of the dawa-dawa, which is that bean paste, and the tamarind concentrate, along with collard greens. And that's it. It's a one-pot meal with pretty easy prep that can also be done at a time that's convenient for you.
Yeah, spice is obviously a big thing. We put it in. We didn't get the seeds out, so I think even if you put the seeds out, you can make it even spicier. And yeah.
Yes, exactly.
But the way it adds just a little kick, and that's good enough.
It is.
So thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. Cheers. So how old are yours? You said
Mine
2?
Are,
you have
right,
2 kids.
I've got 2 kids. One is 8, the other is 5.
Oh, okay. So
I actually just turned 5.5, so that was a big deal singing happy half birthday to you. Do you get your daughter in the kitchen with you?
Not yet. My two sons, we have a 10 and a 7-year-old. And the 7-year-old likes it a little more than the 10-year-old.
Okay.
But we'll see. It's still early.
It's absolutely early.
They do like I will say, it's scary, but they do like the knives sometimes, and they like chopping stuff.
Oh, my two kids, same thing. They want to grab my arm, and so that's what we do.
Oh.
They love the idea of the big
nice.
knife, but something like this, they're clearly not going to have on their own.
Right.
And so that's the caveat on how I do it.
Yeah. My oldest one, he's a Boy Scout, and they just got like a whittling knife, so I'm kind of like, well, you're doing it. Like, you know.
Exactly.
But just don't go, like, don't do that and be very careful.
Right. Please don't kill anybody with a knife.
So how do we chop these?
So I would say probably like a 1/2-inch dice.
Okay.
Yeah, the recipe really is truly forgiving. And I just say a 1/2 inch or so because if you're thinking about what's going to fit on a spoon.
Right. Oh, that makes sense. Well, I don't know if this is you, but I think I'm almost 70-30 with guests where we think recipes are skeletons to kind of, so you could really do it how you want.
Absolutely.
Are you like that? Okay.
I am. And there are some recipes that I am specific about what goes in it, but I much prefer that the recipe be somewhat flexible.
Yes.
And have that skeleton, as you say, because what looks good at a grocery store. Sometimes it's one or the other, or you just want to experiment. Which, thank goodness, my family allows me to experiment on them.
Well, we do that, but I never get. We don't have luck.
Okay.
They don't. It's good that your kids actually eat it. That's what we need to try to do.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
It depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, it takes a minute, but it always changes, and we figure if we just keep trying. My eyes are watering, so good call. Do you have any, so I was going to do a joking supercut of all the old wives' tales people have to, like, not cry.
The only one that I'm aware of would be if you throw on swimming goggles.
Yeah.
Because that prevents the oils from getting in your eyes.
Right.
I just accept the fact that my eyes are going to get watery.
Me too.
And there's just nothing you can really do about it.
That's where I'm at. I still try. That's what like if someone's got a wild idea, I will try it, but like I have every time. What
Absolutely.
do we heat oil over medium heat?
Exactly.
All right, so
if you want to get that started.
This is olive oil. We're good with that?
Olive oil is great. So who does most of the cooking in the household?
Mostly she works a lot at night too, so I will say it is me. But a lot of times with our boys, they're just pretty like noodle and nuggets kind of. They like
absolutely
live on that, so that's easy enough. But now that we have this, her new thing is she does like just like a chop bake. So she's been baking a lot more, which is exciting. Like,
oh, that's nice.
Baking vegetables, not cakes, are another story for us.
I was gonna say I consider myself more of a chef than a baker. I love baking, but I don't want to eat all of it.
Right.
And so I'll bake for other people. I mean, for me, I'll make an entire tray of baklava because it gets shared.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't just stay in the house.
That's the problem. That's the hardest thing, I think. Okay, you're popping. All right, we throwing in the onion?
We are throwing in the onion.
And onion and garlic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the problem with baking. You also have to eat it. You got to get rid of it somehow.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a sweet tooth, so that's delicious.
Yeah. Every time I have sweets, I have to do one more savory. So I think I'm more of a savory person than...
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
right, so then we got, so that's ginger. So add onion and garlic, cook for 6 minutes, then add ginger.
Then add the ginger, absolutely, and then the tomato paste for a little bit longer, and the crushed tomatoes.
Ooh, and habanero.
Yes. Although admittedly, I don't know about you, I have the biggest spicy preference. One habanero and this doesn't do it. If it were just me cooking it, I would do probably 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
But I don't want to kill your taste buds.
I would probably kill hers taste buds. I would
We're
love.
We're gonna do the one.
Yeah, I would love 3. I love a sweat. Okay. So yeah, start doing that. Do we have plantains? How do we do those?
Absolutely. So the plantains are really fun because what we can do is grab a paring knife right here, and all you're going to do, take one, I tend to do it along the edges, is you just push it in, split it all the way down, cut the edges, and then you're going to peel it off.
Oh, okay.
And then you sort of stuff your thumb in here to start the peeling process and just edge it around.
Nice.
Do a fair amount of recipes in the house that call for plantains, and they're just delicious.
Really? Do you have to go, are these at your normal store?
They are, yes. And so just normal grocery store by us sells the green plantains, which are not all the way ripe yet, but that's intentional for certain recipes like this one, where you want the plantain to actually hold its texture.
Oh.
If you needed to blacken or ripen more, so if you're doing fried plantains or something like that, which is more dessert-like, then you have to let them sit for a while so that they can blacken up. And so we'll just want to go and chop those so that they're roughly a half-inch slice. So basically, quarter it, slice it, does the trick, and it's a stew, so quite forgiving.
You said quarter like this? This
You
and then...
absolutely can. I happen to go like this.
Oh, okay.
I just find it easier to chop, but both ways work.
Oh yeah. Is it cooking like growing up, or did you get into it like when you got older? Like, what's your story with that?
I did not cook as much growing up, but my parents did. And so the concept of home cooked meal and experiment a little bit was something that was pretty familiar.
Yeah.
And then once I hit college and actually had my own kitchen, then I started cooking. And I was the person who would tell my friends who had nicer kitchens come college, I was like, I'm just going to go and cook for you if you let me in your kitchen. Right. What about you?
Yeah, I think it was once because even when I was living at home, I was still my parents split up when I was like 13 or so, and so then after that I think then I would cook a little more if my mom would be working and that kind of thing.
Right, and help out.
Yeah.
That's starting to look pretty good.
The one thing I notice is that it's like someone stirs and then I immediately stir. It's like just one of those things, you're like, when you see it, you just want to,
Absolutely.
Have to stir. Yeah, so I just took a little bite, so this is a little fresh with the plantain, but that's what we want.
This is exactly what we want. It's going to be a little bit starchier than a banana.
Starchier, that's the wording I was trying to think of.
All right, I'm going to go add the garlic. And this only goes for about a minute or so.
So this is why I then reached out to you, because Julynn said you do a cookbook for your business, right? Or you
I did, yes. And so I brought a copy for you so that you can have one later. Right, and so it really started as a fun idea to bring everybody together. So I do a fair amount of marketing and networking as a personal injury lawyer, and the way that I do it is relationship based. And I was like, I don't want to do the same old that everybody's done. What is something that just genuinely feels like me?
Right.
And the kitchen's my happy place, so I was like, why not do a cookbook?
Yeah.
Which was a little bonkers and out there, but I said, let me try.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to my network, all my professional connections. I reached out to clients. I reached out to some family and friends, and I said, here's what I'd love to do. If you have a family recipe or something you love cooking, please submit. And so it's for sure a community cookbook. I have a handful of recipes in there that are mine, but it's mostly everybody else's.
Right.
And the stories are what that's just what gets me.
Yep.
These really amazing family stories that everybody shared, and the background, and just
that's cool.
The wide range of recipes.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like that's where because I sat on this, or the first video that I posted on this, and I think probably told this before in a different one, but like I sat on that video for like 2 years, because I just once we've been here about 5 years, and it was just like seeing this, and I was like, okay, it's like I can do that, right? Like I could
You absolutely
do
can.
this, and then I sat and I was like, is it gonna be, because everyone does podcasts, blah blah blah, but like this, to me, this is just visually interesting. It's like you still get the conversation, you get the bright vegetables, the fire, the blah blah blah, and I just love cooking and eating, so it's like this. So I feel you.
Right.
So that's a kindred thing.
Exactly. It's much more natural, at least to me, it seems to you, than sitting in a chair. And there's a time and place to sit in a chair and talk shop, but this just seems more natural. It's more bringing people together.
Yeah.
In a way that's just fun.
Right. But yeah, because that's all at the end of the day, like I have to edit it. So it's like I would enjoy like putting it together and like cutting between everything, and which is the next step that I needed, because so many people, I think they've been talking to me about cooking, but my point was like, well, this is my marketing to do video production work, so I love cooking, but I also, it's like scratches a couple itches. So I feel you, is my point.
Exactly. And if you don't love it, why not do it?
Yeah.
All right, so we just added the tomato paste, had that cooking for about a minute, added the crushed tomatoes, and so that's gonna go for a bit.
Can of tomatoes, and that was a tablespoon of the paste.
Yes, and then plantains should be next once it comes to a boil, and here's where the habanero comes into play.
How do we do this? Do you have
right.
Do you have gloves? I don't have gloves. Are you just
so
going to be careful?
So I don't have gloves. I'm just going to be careful is how I do it, and then I immediately wash my hands with soap and water right after, because nobody needs pepper oils in their eyes, because that is a little bit rough. And so the idea is just to poke this through
so it doesn't pop.
Exactly. It doesn't pop. It cooks in here
just
perfectly
like
fine. You just throw the whole thing in, and then you have to fish it out at the end, which is a little challenging.
Interesting. Do you think it heats that much with that? It's almost more subtle heat, right? Like than straight up.
And that's exactly what it is. It's the subtle heat that's going to hit in the back of your throat and just be delicious instead of be so hot at the front of your mouth that you can't taste flavor.
Right. I get it.
I'm going to wash my hands.
Yeah, do it. No, do it.
So this is coming, that's to the simmer. We want to add the plantains.
Good?
Good.
Then we got sweet potatoes, carrots, and stock.
Exactly. So a fair amount of chopping now while this cooks and simmers.
What do you like, sweet potatoes or carrots? Sorry.
I could do either. What's your preference?
I'll do carrots only because I learned, I've been watching David Chang. Do you know him?
I do.
Yeah. So it's funny, I said that to other just friends. They're like, who's that? But because he had a thing where he cut carrots. Or was it him or was it the Maddie? because my wife got into just a dash. But do you know this about cutting carrots where you go like at an angle? You kind of like keep doing it like that so they become more of the same size.
Yes, and they look prettier.
And they look, yeah. Well, good. Yeah, but sweet potatoes, I don't know. I just normally chop them and then that's it. I just cut them like chaos.
Right. Sweet potatoes, it took a long time for me to learn how to chop them in a way that was a little more functional.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so then good. I did do the right choice.
Yeah. Actually, for my 40th birthday, my twin brother, as a birthday gift, got me a professional chef's knife. I was just like, and you know me very well.
Yeah.
That was exciting.
And it's one of these big ones like this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Incredibly sharp.
Yep. That's very nice.
So remind me, did you grow up in Chicagoland?
Elmhurst.
Sure.
Elmhurst, Bensonville. I went to Elmhurst schools, lived in unincorporated Bensonville. And then Oak Park, and then Portage Park, which is, did we meet at 2112? Is that where we?
We actually met through the Chicago Friendly Lawyers Association.
Through Dana.
Exactly, through Dana, and you were photographing
Yes.
the conference that we put on
Yes.
years back.
Yep, okay. Well, I'm glad you remember that. I was like, I swear it was 2112, but I guess not. Friendly Lawyers.
Friendly Lawyers.
Yeah, I've been meaning, Dana and I got together last year, and I've been meaning to get together this year with her.
Yeah.
She's great.
She absolutely is.
Oh, use this one.
Thank you.
It's like, yeah. It looks cooler than it is. Like, it's kind of difficult, right? That's a lot better.
This one works a lot better.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Actually, if you're all chopped, we might want to chop a few of those smaller just so
Sure.
that they cook in time. But then I might give you one of the sweet potatoes.
Yeah. You'll have the nicer chop. I'll have the wild chop.
Either
with
way,
the sweet
it's
potato.
functional.
However it gets cut.
Exactly. So what's your favorite go-to recipe to cook around here?
That, my go-to, I think I go through phases where I cook the same thing for like months, and then I'm over it. I just like a lot of sautéing, like an Asian teriyaki sauce. Like just I do the frozen vegetables just because we have more time.
It's easier
with them.
to
Yeah.
pre-done.
Yes. But as of 2 days ago, or last Wednesday, we just started a CSA.
Oh,
community
that's
supported
gonna be
agriculture.
amazing.
Yeah. So now we're gonna have like 1 billion spinaches and all that, all those leafy greens to like probably saute and whatever. Did we say
great.
throw this in?
Not
Or are we waiting?
yet.
Okay.
Right, we had to wait about 10 minutes. I'm actually going to stir this just a tad.
I'll steal
Make
this.
sure that it doesn't stick on the bottom.
Pizza was another, I don't want to say obvious, but I had like a nice little pizza oven that cooks to gas. So it's like it gets really hot, and I like doing that.
Oh,
But,
that's great.
But that's obviously a summer thing. So what do you do with these? You cut in half?
So
And
those, whichever way you prefer to chop, as long as the pieces themselves end up in that roughly ½ inch. You could even go probably a solid inch if you'd like.
Yeah, because they're
Size chop.
better than, or they cook softer than carrots or whatever.
Exactly.
What about you? Do you have a go-to? Or what are your go-tos?
So I do tend to cook a lot of salmon. so not purely vegetarian.
I'm pesca, so I feel you.
Yep. And so I do a fair amount of that. My kids like homemade mac and cheese.
Like homemade, not craft?
Right.
Oh, wow.
Which is actually really easy to do.
Oh, yeah. Because you just shred, do you shred the cheddar cheese? Or?
You have to.
Yeah.
Right. Which I guess you don't have to, but if you want it to melt nicely.
Oh, yeah.
And not be disgusting.
Yeah. Clumpy.
Exactly. And so that works pretty well.
That's a good move.
Yeah, and so I'd say those are generally the go-tos. Mm-hmm. And I'll cook some chicken dishes. And certainly a lot of stews and soups. That's a big deal around our household. It's something delicious.
Yeah.
And easy, usually. Requires a fair amount of prep time, but at least with the prep time and with a busy household and a full-time job, I find that I can do the prep work at odd hours.
Yeah.
And then when it actually comes time for cooking, it just all comes together.
Right. Yeah, it's whatever works, right? Like however you can make it happen.
Exactly.
I had one of the soups, I haven't released this yet, but she was someone that we did, she started to convert me a little bit. She would put everything into Cuisinart to chop. So she right? So she just like shoved it all in, and then, because I like my soup, I don't like it as brothy, I do like it like smoothie style, where everything's chopped like that. But my wife likes it with whole vegetables and broth,
Sure.
So of course we got to figure the happy medium.
Yes. Or an immersion blender.
Right, that's what she said. She's like, you just need an immersion blender. I was like, okay, maybe.
It is a really genius tool. Somebody once asked how many types of blenders you have in your home. And I had to start thinking about the Cuisinart, the immersion blender, the actual blender.
Right.
Because when you do enjoy cooking, all the equipment, it has its place.
Yep. Yep, you can buy something for everything. Yeah, her Cuisinart, that was, because she was saying the busy mom theory, where it's like instead of spending the time prepping, she would just toss it in there. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly. And especially if you're cooking something where you don't have to worry about presentation style, then a Cuisinart especially, just makes it easy.
Well, and that's the other, so much of home, so much of the dinner that we just have to eat at night is not even close to presentation style. It's just, we're going to eat, right?
Exactly. Though I have to say, I do have this absolutely amazing roasted carrots recipe that's the easiest to do. And presentation is amazing, but it looks much fancier than it actually is.
Because when they get bright, when they cook and they're bright, and they have a
Exactly.
little shimmer on it, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when there's tahini and pomegranate seeds and the pomegranate
that's
seeds
beautiful.
pop with color.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. All right.
Yeah, those are the hacks.
Absolutely. Can we have 10 minutes? Should we add the sweet potatoes?
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Dump them in.
Dump everything. Exactly.
You almost could have carrot first.
They actually
see
go
if-
together, so
So when we go.
exactly.
Oh. Yeah, carrots, I'm like trying to find some good, I'd like them definitely cooked. Like raw carrots, I feel like it's, I don't want to say like too Bugs Bunny, but like I like them cooked and a little softer versus like the,
Absolutely.
go. So what's that carrot recipe? I guess you said it, tahini and
Right, so it's roasted
pomegranate
carrots,
seeds.
and then you have tahini. You can put some lemon juice in there. You want to certainly have it so that the tahini thins out a little bit. And then pomegranate seeds as well. And it's a drizzle that goes on top. And for the carrots, if you really care about presentation style, you can get rainbow carrots.
Yeah.
And leave the skins on.
Yeah. Perfect. This is the first one I've done with rain, so we'll see if the thunder picks up. Thunder
we'll start
or
talking, and then all of a sudden there's going to be a massive thunderbolt.
like that.
Exactly.
I'm actually curious about the lighting too. There's going to be some lightning splashes on the side.
So the stock went in, and I think we're turning this to high and letting it come to a boil.
You just did this, but this was 2 pounds, 32 ounces of stock.
Exactly. So your classic 4-cup container. I do low sodium. I don't cook with a lot of salt. In general,
Yeah.
I tend to think garlic actually is a great substitute for many things.
That's a good idea.
But also, if you undersalt, you can salt later. So you want to make sure that you're salting your seasoning throughout, of which this recipe sort of builds on the flavors on its own. But at least that way, with the low sodium stock, it's not too salty at the end.
Yes. And we get salt everywhere, so
Yes.
so the more low sodium or whatever that we do is good.
Exactly. Yeah. And so this, let me just,
Oh,
yep,
we go to high?
go to high. Absolutely. And then we'll bring this to a boil. And then lower it a bit, let it simmer. And then we're gonna have to do the peanut butter.
Okay. Cup cooking liquid. What is that?
So 1/4 cup cooking liquid is literally take a 1/4 cup,
Oh, just
fish out the liquid.
okay.
And that at least loosens up the peanut butter, because if you just dump the entire thing of peanut butter in
Yeah.
there, it's gonna glob up and be disgusting.
Right.
But it's almost like a cornstarch slurry. You start with the cornstarch plus liquid, usually water ahead of time, get that to mix, and then you put it back in the rest of it.
Huh.
Same concept.
Cornstarch slurry. That's interesting. I don't. I've started doing that with tofu, where you like wrap it, whatever you want to call it, put it in the tofu, and it adds like a little thing. But I don't even know to use that.
Right, and so it's usually in some sort of soup, and we do the stews and the soups and all of that. Or for instance, if you take Chinese hot and sour soup. So one of the ways to thicken that soup up is the cornstarch slurry.
Got it.
And so usually you do that before you add the eggs at the end. And so you'll take a tablespoon of cornstarch, take a little bit of water, mix them together so that it turns into almost a paste or even more just flat out liquid.
Right.
And then you put it in, you turn the heat up, it thickens everything, thanks to, I imagine, chemistry.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
The hacks. Yeah.
Exactly. And then it has that really nice consistency that's just a little bit thicker.
See,
than
those
other
are
soups.
those are like the things that you don't know. You're like, part of this, obviously, like I said, it was to do cooking. It's to celebrate, do video stuff. But like, there's so many. When you get stuck in your ways, you don't know like little tricks to make things thicker or whatever. And that cornstarch is like something that I feel like I've just put out of my head, or I just didn't know about. So
Right. Well,
it's
and
good to
that's
know.
why I like cooking with other people and sharing recipes.
Yes.
And reading cooking magazines and watching cooking shows. It's just really fun because there's all the ways that you're like, oh, that's what I could be doing.
Right.
That's amazing.
Right. Same. That's fun.
It is fun.
What does it say?
It is 1 cup peanut butter,
1 cup.
which is going to be the majority of, what is this, a 15-ounce container of peanut butter? So most of this will come out in there. And then I will fish out the liquid.
Tamarind paste.
So those are the fun ingredients. And so I have these bagged because they do have a really pungent smell. Especially the dawa-dawa definitely has a very funky smell to it, but it gives it that sort of umami-ish, something unique that goes in the stew. And so it doesn't smell disgusting once it's in here.
Right.
But it's unique.
Pungent,
so
yeah.
Pungent,
Yeah.
keep it bagged
Yeah.
until we need it.
I get it.
Yes.
Well, because this is all very rooty and earthy, right?
Right.
So yeah, you kind of need something. You need something.
Exactly. And then the lime at the end that you can cut up and drizzle on top just gives it a little bit of brightness to cut through everything. And we were talking earlier about not really abiding by the seasons for when you just want soup or stew. And this is very much a not spring, not summer stew, but it's delicious.
Yeah. You like what you like when you like it. Like
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
That's, yeah, my wife made soup 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, so we like soup now, or she likes soup now, so.
All right.
So peanut butter,
Can you close?
you're gonna go straight in? Oh no, because we separately mix it with the cooking liquid, so we need something bigger than this.
Right, so any bowl will work. Perfect.
This is some fun weather out there.
It is definitely going. Oh. My husband is actually serving as one of the field trip parents for our son's field trip today, but it's supposed to be outside. So I don't know if that is actually happening or not.
Yeah, we'll see.
We will see. I mean, it's gorgeous out here.
Yeah, it was weird to move from Portage Park to, I did not want to leave the city, but now it's like, it makes sense. We're like half mile from the school, so it's like a fun little.
Oh, that's perfect. Right, and our kids' school, it's a half mile from where we live, and so just to be able to actually walk them there in the morning.
Yeah, it's so nice.
It is.
We don't do that anymore because we are, I don't know how your mornings are, but we have a hard time I've tried everything. It's like, I used to get them up at 7:20, which gives us about an hour to leave, and even that, we wouldn't always do it, so now we're like 7:45-ish. I let them get up, and then we're still usually late, but...
Every family does what works for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting our two up in the morning is unique. Our daughter is not a morning person. I mean, covers over her head, not wanting to get up, massive bed head, just, it takes forever.
Yeah.
But eventually she'll get up. Our son, easier. He's up, he's ready, he's good to go.
It's so funny.
But every kid has their own personality.
Yeah.
And I just can't help laughing.
Yeah, you have, because that's the only way. That's the only way to deal with it. No, it's the same. Ours are the same too. Like, Sam he's harder to get up, where Oliver will just like kind of wake up and he's up and he can't go back down. But yeah, it's still just, it's funny.
Do you love it out here?
It's fun. I'm fairly active with my local chamber. So, you know, like you find your new place, and so that's what it is.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
There you go. And go hiking more than our burrito.
Yes. I don't even waste money on a membership, but there's so many beautiful forest preserves out here that I like.
Oh, yeah.
It's really nice. That's a separate video thing that I was doing. I've only got one person to do one of those for a Mike's Hikes. And I brought her, we went to Oak Brook, to Fullersburg Wood, and we did like a walking podcast thing. Does it show us going to the, oh look, a blue jay? Or is this a blue little?
Where?
Maybe it's not a blue jay, but he's right. There are a couple.
Oh,
There's like some weird bluebirds.
I love the birds.
And I've seen blue jays here, so they do exist in here.
All right.
Oh,
And I do
nice.
that, yeah. And so I do that kind of by myself too, like, because, you know, just in between going to the gym, I like trying going to a forest preserve. Like if I have a meeting, especially by like certain spots, I'll like see if I can Google one that's close and then do a quick 30-minute, because there's really so many that you don't know about.
There are.
And so that's the thing that helped me like ground to be out here. I was like, okay, where can I find the enjoyment? And it was literally these forest preserves, and they're just, so yeah. We only did Morton Arboretum once, and then now it's just been the DuPage, so.
Right. And when you have access to that, that's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, so we're lucky in that regard, so.
Nice. Yeah,
Enjoy
we
it.
have to drive for that in the city, but we make it work.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's all right. You still got other cool things. You're close to the lake.
That is
Close-ish to the lake.
We're definitely close to the lake.
Yeah.
And it's just, we can get out there and go for a walk.
Right.
And it's beautiful.
Right.
Do you want to do peanut butter?
Sure.
All right. I would do peanut butter first, followed by liquid, and you can just eyeball it.
Thanks, I was thinking that.
Yeah, it makes the most sense.
I was doing that with my aunt and I made a dessert, and she's like, I don't put it in the cup, I just eyeball, because then you waste half of it in the cup anyways. So this is probably a little aggressive, but I love peanuts and peanut butter, so if it's more peanutty, I'm okay with that.
Exactly. All right, if you want to.
As we continue to eyeball.
Perfect. Exactly.
A little more, or is that good?
I think that's good.
Okay.
And then all we need to do is stir that together. It'll take about a minute or so until you loosen that up. One of our family recipes is for a noodle dish that we never knew until years later had an actual recipe that was partial. And so it started with my grandmother. She used to make it, and I really wanted to learn how to make it, so I went over to her home and we made it together. But of course it was a little bit of that, a little bit of this, you know, sprinkle some in until it looks, you know, and then she would give some description. And so I had to try to convert that into an actual recipe.
Oh, that's sweet though.
Right, and so probably 10, 15 years later, when we were cleaning out her home at that point, she had moved to assisted living, nursing care, and we stumbled on a cookbook. And it was recipes from her mother. And I saw it, I knew exactly what it was, and it was just one of those I was like, is there the recipe for this dish?
Yeah.
It turns out there was. Handwritten, not a complete recipe, mind you.
Right, yep.
But then with little tidbits like rinse raisins under water. I never knew why she did it, she just did it. Well, she did it because her mother did it. And so we've since adapted it, and my own parents have worked on it, and it's just a family recipe now.
See, that's fun.
All right, that looks great. And so then we are going to add it in.
Yeah, we, what is it? Well, like, we have big Italian family. I'm half Polish, half Italian, and yeah, I don't know. That's what's funny. Like, for the Polish side, like, my grandma has moved on, and I don't know. But like, a lot of that stuff was meat, you know. So like, it never, like the cabbage. What is it, like ground beef and cabbage?
Right, with the tomato sauce, and you put it in the oven.
Yeah. Like, that was one, and then I feel like the pierogies we didn't really make from scratch. I feel like those were always store-bought, but you know, I think when you're younger, you assume they were handmade or something, even though you don't see it. And then it's really just the onions that were cooked that time, like the grilled onions. You're like, oh, that's what it is.
It's like meatball recipes. How many grandparents made recipes, these sweet and sour meatballs, and it turns out it's grape juice and ketchup, or grape jelly and ketchup.
Yeah.
And our family recipe happens to be a little bit different, but that's what so many recipes are.
That's so funny. This is boiling.
Great.
So I'm gonna let it chill out a second, but I want to try it.
Might be a little bit thick, but absolutely. Taste it and see if we need any more spices before we add in the pungent ones.
I will say it was contaminated with peanut butter. That was too much peanut butter, so I couldn't even tell.
Okay.
So let me sneak. It's not crazy. I mean, because we didn't really put seasonings in yet.
Right.
So
that's the next step.
Right. So I mean,
is to add these. Okay.
It seems good enough. Like, it's tasting good. It's sweet. There's nothing, you know. It's kind of just the broth and a little bit of tomato-y sweetness. That's about.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go nuts.
All right. So let's go nuts. And so we need the dawa-dawa. Actually, 2 tablespoons.
Oh, and the collards. Do you want? We do this whole bag?
We do not. We're gonna need about 4 cups of those, and I would actually wait until we get this mixed in.
Got it.
And then as soon as we get some of the seasoning mixed in, which gives it that pop at the end.
Can I do a little, I want to try a little.
Yes. Try it plain.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Just like feedy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, so that's like a liquid? Interesting.
Tablespoons.
Yeah, that's interesting. The dawa-dawa.
Yeah,
So,
it's unique.
yep. So I'll see what it... I mean, I could see why it makes sense to be mixed in with
Exactly. You're
everything
not
else.
Going to, you're not going to do it on its own.
It's like there's a Family Guy joke. It's either bad feet or good cheese, I think he said, and that's kind of like it's either like it's like a good cheese, old cheese taste, or yeah. Interesting. I'm really curious. But that was also plain, so even with the peanut butter, so there's going to be still a lot more.
Right.
Are we still? Do you want to
And
stay?
so at this point, we can add the collard greens.
Okay. I'm gonna wash. Right? Do you assume that it's washed or do a rinse?
I generally assume that it's washed, but if you prefer to rinse first, by all means, let's go ahead and rinse. So we're gonna need about 4 cups. And it's one of those, if you prefer more, you can put more in. If you prefer less, you put less in.
Is this a good size, or do you even like dice this up a little more?
I actually find that's the perfect size.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, because a lot of greens really like shrink, right?
That's exactly what it is. It shrinks up perfectly to size.
I smell the dawa. Now it's got a...
It's pungent.
So were those at your local place, or did you have to go somewhere special?
So those I actually ordered online.
Ah.
So pretty much everything can be found in a grocery store. Tamarind paste you oftentimes can. My store happened to be out of it. And so I had ordered it online the last time that I needed it. And then the dawa-dawa is not something that you would necessarily find elsewhere. If you have an African market, then that works.
Straight in?
Straight on.
Right. I might have been a little more than 4. I don't know where I'm at.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, so we didn't add any salt to this, just from the...
I actually added partway through. I did
Oh, you did?
add
Okay.
a little bit of salt.
Yeah, I did not taste that for my tasting.
Sure.
So it's definitely still undersalted, which is good.
Right, and then we can add the salt at the end. And especially when it's added at the end, then it's front and center, and you taste it a little bit more. Now, I'm sure that there is a chef that would vastly disagree with my undersalting food. I will accept that.
Right. Well, and again, they're... Because what the joke about all restaurants is that you'd be surprised how much cream and butter and salt is in everything.
Exactly.
So yeah, of course they're going to say, yeah, put more in, but we're trying to be health conscious-ish.
Trying.
Yeah, just trying not to totally blow our palates out.
Exactly. And so this simmers for 10 minutes. We could salt it a little bit more if you want. That way it's going to filter in. We can wait until the end. But this just sort of sits and simmers, and then it's delicious. And then you serve it with lime on top. And that's good?
The lime, that sounds good. I could see that.
Right.
I could see this too with rice, as you mentioned earlier. This could be
Absolutely.
something with like a grain like that. But
Right, and so you can serve it with rice. You can serve it if you wanted to pull like a naan or any sort of bread. That would work.
this is a pungent.
It is. It is.
Which is why you keep it. I'm gonna look at this. What is? Because I haven't even heard of this.
So it's based on beans, and it's basically a dried and ground bean paste that looks, it looks like any spice. It almost looks like cumin.
Locust beans. Ooh, wow.
Right.
Smelling straight from the source. That's,
Right. But if you think about other foods, take fish sauce. Fish sauce is about as pungent as they come in a somewhat repugnant way.
Yeah.
and you add it to food, and it's delicious.
That's what's amazing about combining things. You don't realize you're like,
Right.
oh, that's, yeah.
Exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the lime so that eventually when we want to cut it, it's nice and juicy.
Nice. So how long have you had your business?
3.5 years. And so I've been in the industry for almost 15. Really worked on developing the craft for the first 10.
Yep.
With the long-term goal of having my own or partnering up, and as things evolved, I really wanted my own law firm.
Yeah.
And 3.5 years ago-ish is when I launched it.
Nice.
Best decision ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. What made you decide to get into photography and videography and storytelling?
So I actually went to school for video I went to school for animation, and my temperament is not for animation, which is very meticulous for a long period of time. And so film and photo and all that was it was just the next progression where you could still be creative, but you don't have to spend a month designing a character and doing the texture and blah, blah, blah. So I'll do the long story because I like using the clips.
Sure.
So the other one is, I was in corporate for 12 years. I was 3 years with mortgages and then 8 doing as a futures broker, trading, which was stressful. And as much as you're trading, obviously you need to be right all the time, which is very stressful. But the other thing is you're always selling. You're always raising money and et cetera, et cetera. And I saw marketing was one of the things that everyone always needed. So it was kind of a progression, because this is where I feel when I went to school, it was everyone's learning about narrative filmmaking, and there's that's a weird money making thing, because you basically need to raise funds to make a movie, right? And it wasn't really associated with marketing to still do the creative act, so then after I left the trading world, it was to be creative and use that as a vision, a life vision. So that's it's wild.
But everybody has that story of
right.
They're thinking something, how does it evolve? It doesn't necessarily stay the same the whole time.
Right.
And that's normal, but I love hearing that. To me, how somebody got somewhere, what it means to them, the passion they have for whatever career they've chosen, really says something about how they're doing what they're doing.
Right.
And how they stand out in a world where there are other professionals that do the same thing, but not the same way.
Right. No, that's true. That is part of the differentiator, I think. And I do the differentiator, and it's that was one of the things why I even started. So I did this is my third or fourth iteration of a podcast thing. I did one probably 6 or 7 years ago. It was pre-COVID, so it was when I was first meeting people, and we would have our coffee meetings, and then every story they were telling me was just so unique as to why they got to why they now have their business or blah blah blah. And so I was okay, well, I feel I need to just capture this, and then it's something that you and I can use as marketing, because those stories are just as a filmmaker, those are just interesting, and because that's reality, and things have happened to us to why we chose a certain path. And so I was just blown away by so many of those. And then, that's part of this too, because I love the stories, I love the cooking, and then it's usually people that have their own business, so there's a little bit of business tied to it, but then we all have some family memories with why we're cooking, or so that's why I think this is a fun project, because it combines all of this.
It absolutely does. It's all those passion projects of yours combined into one, and it works.
Right. Thanks.
Yeah. Right. So I had turned this off because it seemed like it was good to go.
And the lemon, the citrus, this is like something that I keep saying is that this is something fun that to add to the end of dishes. It's like citrus.
It is. It just, especially when you're cooking with a stew and it's a little bit heavier, something about the acid cuts through the heaviness and it brightens up the dish. It also adds another flavor profile element, which is always nice.
Right.
There we go. All right.
So this is very stewy. It's not as brothy as like a soup.
Exactly. It's definitely thick.
Thanks.
Of course.
Oh, and then what do we do? Oops.
For lime,
Oh, yes.
just a little bit of a drizzle. And sometimes you think you chose a good lime and it turns out it's not super juicy. Sorry about that.
You know, we've been having trouble with, I put a lot of the flesh in there, so I'm sure I got my lime that way. My son loves cucumbers, and I feel like the last couple cucumbers we've had, they've just tasted like cleaning. It's just really weirdly bitter.
Oh.
So it's weird, but
In a way that just doesn't taste good.
yes, and then I said that to my sister, and she's like, well, you're buying green stuff, like sometimes it just doesn't work.
That is true.
Very true.
What I found is actually, if you have room to garden, doing a cucumber plant actually tastes incredibly cucumber-like. I mean, it's cucumbers, but the flavor profile itself just seems elevated.
Yeah. Interesting. Some right over there, cucumbers. I'm trying to. I don't know how long. I don't want to transport outside because I'm sure rabbits and dogs. So I'm going to see what will grow there, and I'm sure they're going to be too small. But
I mean,
you got to try it.
you have to try it, and as long as you're getting sun and you're watering it, it's probably going to be okay. I have a habit of accidentally killing plants.
Oh yeah.
I managed to keep the cucumber plant alive.
So it's just a hardy plant.
It is. And so this one has a bit of that sour flavor in here. That's the dawa-dawa.
Yeah. I definitely taste it. When you taste it, because I taste the peanuts or the peanut butter, but then I taste the dawa-dawa, which is, it's just unique. Like it's just a different flavor that you're not.
Right. It's a flavor profile that is not in many cuisines that you just go into Chicago and, at least in my neighborhood,
Right.
I can't find something like this in our neighborhood. And I like it. You may not. It might be too sour and pungent for you.
No, I like it. Like you said, it's a unique thing. That's the thing. It's not like, oh, this tastes like blank. It's just like, it tastes like its own thing.
Right. And I happen to like it because there are so many stews out there that are peanut stews or sweet potato stews. Or they'll have a combination, or they'll throw in coconut milk. And those are all really good, but they tend to taste the same.
Right.
And it doesn't make a difference what ingredients you throw in, it just always tastes the same.
Yeah.
And so I happen to like this because if you want something that is a little bit unique, a little bit different,
Yeah.
and not the exact same flavor profile, but with elements that can combine.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's very unique because that, but I feel like that's the overwhelming, but it's not even overwhelming. There's that and peanut butter, but it's not, we're okay with salt. It definitely feels undersalted. So that's nice. That's good though. And yeah, the collards, basically, they're like such a nice size, and they're like easy enough to digest.
They are.
That they're not. It's more like the stalks are a nice bite with the other stuff.
Exactly.
I was gonna cheat and put more red pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good.
But that's why I checked with you ahead of time. I was like, are you game to try this? Because, again, not a flavor profile that many of us have had before.
Right.
And there are a lot of peanut stew recipes out there in West African ones. Many of them are similar. But it's just a different component.
Yeah. No, and that's especially why I don't want to try and steer anybody, because I really want to, it's also like selfishly exposing myself to new things that, because I know I have my lane where I'm like always trying certain things, and so it's like,
right.
Sure, that sounds great because it's totally something that I don't know about, so that's why it seems fun.
Yeah. I'm pretty lucky that my husband and kids are willing to try just about anything. It doesn't mean they're always going to like it, and occasionally I'll cook something that I don't like, and then they may like it, but I'm the one that cooked it, and I don't. But the idea that we can hop around the globe with cuisine and have fun that way is just really enjoyable.
Right.
And I mean, there are some cuisines that I never ate growing up. My parents didn't like them, so take Indian food. I never had Indian food until I was out of the house.
Right.
Because my mom especially didn't like it. So we never ate it.
Right.
It's delicious.
Right. Same. That's my wife. Me too. I didn't have it growing up, and then she had it in college, and I had it. I think when I lived in Oak Park, there was an Indian restaurant near there that I would go to, and it's just like, oh wow.
Right. There's a newer Pakistani Indian restaurant that went in Lincoln Park, and I happened to be there over the weekend on my way back from a birthday party for my daughter. We're standing on the corner, and you can just smell the curry wafting through the air, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
It wasn't dinner time, so we didn't go in.
Right.
But I was like, we need to go back.
But now you have a place. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's hot temp-wise, just from me pulling it out.
Right.
But I don't taste. See, this is where I'm a bad spice person, because to me, I was like, it doesn't taste super spicy. Or
exactly.
I don't think at all, really.
Right, and for me, this is actually not spicy enough.
Right.
If it were up to me, I would have added more pepper and cooked more pepper in here. But I always have to be hesitant when I'm cooking something that is supposed to be spicy. I burned off half my taste buds.
Yeah.
Because I really genuinely love spicy food.
Ooh.
But what that means is something doesn't taste spicy at all to me, and somebody else could be absolutely dying.
That's the one problem with the long greens, is that sometimes you get stuck. No, I know that was probably the first couple years of our life is where I would make everything too spicy and she doesn't like it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta add it later.
Right. And sometimes, I mean, there is such a thing as too spicy.
Oh yeah.
If there's no flavor and it's pure spice, there used to be a West African restaurant in Lakeview, but it's no longer there. And when it was there, their food, they cooked it really spicy and too spicy. My husband and I had gone there and tried eating it, not a fan, came back, and about 2-3 weeks later, my roommate at the time, because my husband and I we were dating at that point, my roommate at the time had gone to dinner with some friends of hers, came back, and was just bashing whatever restaurant she went through. And it's too spicy, and I can't taste flavor, and she was just going on and on and on and on. We both sort of looked at her and said, wait a second.
Yeah.
Is this where you went? And she's like, how did you know? I mean, it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you gotta have your spice level. And it's so hard because it's literally different for everybody. So it's like, you really just have to blend it up and then let everyone, like whatever the spices, have people add it after the fact.
Exactly. And some cuisines lend themselves to spice. West African food oftentimes is spicy. Indian food oftentimes is spicy. Italian food, depending on how much red pepper you put in there,
Right.
can be spicy. But I definitely upped my husband's level of spice. And then the kids are a little tentative, but my son is old enough now. Mommy, can I start eating spicy food?
Yeah.
Can I try that even though it's supposed to be spicy?
Right.
I had an egg sandwich the other morning, and my eggs I do shakshuka style, inspired. And so basically, I use egg whites if I'm making just an egg sandwich. You could use regular eggs, and harissa is you can do it spicy or mild. I do the spicy red pepper sauce. It's delicious. Mix it around, cook it, takes like 2 seconds to make. But I told my son, I said, just be careful. It is spicy. He took one bite, he's like, oh, this is good. I'm like, yes, job done.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Wait, so you got to tell me, I only understood half those words. You said harissa? Is that a Moroccan?
It is. So I do a fair amount of Israeli, Middle Eastern, Moroccan, that whole region of cooking. I also do a lot of Mediterranean cooking. And so harissa, it's a generally spicy red pepper sauce.
Yeah.
So it looks just like a literal red sauce, but made with red peppers. It's really spicy. You add it in. And so shakshuka is a traditional egg dish. Tomatoes, tomato paste, harissa, like eggs in the pan, everything in the pan.
And then it's cracked on top. The eggs are cracked on.
Exactly. Yep. And so the egg's over easy. It's delicious.
Yeah.
But I don't always have time to do that.
Right. Yeah, you need a couple extra minutes. Exactly.
If I just want an egg sandwich on the go, then I'll put 3-4 eggs in a small pan, mix in harissa, season it up, and then let that cook, put it in, small whole wheat tortilla, done. Add feta cheese,
right?
Even better.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I've been, it's ironic, because everyone's always like, what's your protein as a vegetarian, blah, blah, blah. I go through mixed nuts like crazy. Peanuts and pistachios and all those things. But I've been trying to do more eggs in the morning. And so I've been doing like eggs with refried beans and depending on if I'm feeling bloated or not, a taco shell or if I want to save the 100 calories. But yeah, it's one thing that you can do running out of the house versus like if you have to sit down and eat it and like, yeah.
Or everybody talks about the Starbucks egg bites, which are really good. I make my own.
Right.
And it's the easiest thing. You can take whatever vegetables you have in your fridge, or especially the best is if you have vegetables that you've partially used from one recipe and they're almost on their way out, but they're still good and still fresh enough. Chop it up, throw it in. It's just a silicone egg container, like a muffin tin.
That was my next thing, yeah.
Absolutely. And I found that the silicone you have to use so that you can actually bend it and pop it out.
Yeah.
But you do that and you mix them with eggs, you throw them in the oven for about half an hour, and that's it.
Yeah.
You can freeze them, you can defrost them in a microwave, and it's the easiest, healthiest breakfast.
Right. That was the other thing that she wanted to do with this.
And so I'll just get, a sheet pan, throw the egg silicone container on top, fill it up, and then it pops in the oven. And then you can just, once it's cooled down enough, you can just take the silicone container, put it in the freezer as is, let it go and freeze. And then once it's frozen, I pop them out, throw them in a bag, put it in the freezer, and then I can just grab and go as I need.
Yeah, that's our next step. Yeah, because it's like easy enough to pre-make that's the point. That's what we need to do. It's like stuff that we can grab out the door when everyone else is late and you're just like, that's where it's hard too, even to like make something like this if you got to do everything else and shower and leave, and it's like, oh geez.
Right.
Awesome. Good?
All right.
Let me have a little bit. I'll do an intro again. Do you want more?
Just a tiny little bit. Great, thank you.
Did you eat this morning?
I did.
You did? Okay. See, this is, for better or worse, I didn't eat. So,
so this is
I'm like
starving.
So I'm like starving. Okay. So I'm like.
Yeah. I learned a long time ago, if I don't have breakfast, I'm cranky.
Oh yeah.
And if I don't have coffee, I'm cranky.
Oh yes.
So those are the two must-haves in the
Yes.
morning, pretty early on.
The worst thing, I had one of my dad friends, we were doing a walk with our kids, and he was saying how he was off coffee. And like the next day, I was like, fine, I could do that. Thought I could wean myself off, but I just like stopped. And it was like for 2 weeks, by like noon, I was falling asleep. Like I was here.
Wow.
Like it wasn't like I was doing, like I wasn't out, I was here. And that was like the only way I think I could do it. But like I was just napping by noon. Like I was just crashing.
How much coffee would you normally be drinking during the day before you called it cold turkey?
We probably do 2 pots a day.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair amount of coffee. And so if you're going from that
To nothing.
that's going to impact you.
Yeah. But then I thought if I tried to wean myself off though, I feel like it would take forever, and or I would be like too tempted to be like, I could just have another cup, or So that's why I was like,
Right. Yeah, no, I have my 1 mug in the morning, or 1 cup depending on to go. We have a local coffee shop that I absolutely love. It's just, they're sweethearts, the coffee's delicious. My kids get stickers, which is really fun.
Yeah.
And I have my small amount of coffee, and then I'm good. And I'll still feel it if I don't have coffee, but I can't imagine going from that much to nothing. I mean, props for doing it.
Well, and I would
That's
say,
tough.
I would, compared to like normal coffee shops, I would do it light. I'm not like, I don't do a scoop for every 6 ounces or whatever. Like I do half as strong just because I think my wife and I both like drinking more, but we don't want like the Starbucks jitters.
Exactly. Nobody needs jitters. I can't function. If I have too much caffeine, I know immediately.
Yeah.
And it's really challenging because you can eat food. You could take something else to drink, but it takes time for the caffeine to wear off.
Right.
And then you're just, what are you supposed to do? Sit there shaking
I
like
know.
this?
And not
like,
focus on
right.
anything. It's like, this is not working. Yeah, that's true. That's a legit thing.
Yeah.